What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Aryan with Wired Hardware and I hope you guys are doing good and staying safe out there. Today guys, I got a brand new build for you guys. Yes, I've been putting this PC on hold for quite some time now and I finally got all the components to build it. Some of the components were really hard to get, as you guys know. But I got them and I'm ready to build this PC. Now this PC will be a wall mounted PC. That's why I chose to go with the Thermaltake P5. This has got a tempered glass panel in the front, lots of room for cable management, plenty of airflow. It's an open chassis design and I think this case is going to be actually one of the best cases to do a wall mounted PC with. It was between this and the P8. I decided to go with this one just because this one, you know, the sizing compared to the P8, this one's a little bit smaller. P8 was just a tiny bit bigger and I really like the way this case looks. I also chose black because I do have a white PC already and I thought this was going to be a good offset for my other PC. Plus I think it's going to be another focal point for my studio. What components will be going inside this chassis? Well, let's go ahead and look at them. The first one is the motherboard. This is an ASUS ROG. This is the Crosshair 8 formula. Now I chose this one over the Dark Hero because I like the fact that it has a VRM block already pre-installed. I don't have to chase EK trying to get one of the monoblocks. I don't even know if they have them in stock, but this one already comes with one pre-installed. Plus, I like the aesthetics of this motherboard. It's got brushed aluminum accents, kind of like a silver trimming on the motherboard, and I think it's gonna look really nice inside this chassis since we will be water cooling this PC and I'll be using brass tubing from Bits Power, so I think it's gonna give that nice industrial look with the silver and all that great accent. So that's why I chose this motherboard. Now for the CPU, this is something brand new I have not done on this channel and I'm excited because this is an AMD Ryzen 5950X. This is a monster CPU. It's got 16 cores, it's got 32 threads. It's just a monster. I'll be able to do my editing, gaming, streaming, all of the above. That's why I went ahead and chose this CPU. Plus, I've never built a computer on this channel with the AMD CPU, and I thought let's go ahead and switch things up. For the power supply, we'll be going with the ASUS ROG Thor 1200 watt. This is a platinum power supply. I've used this in the past with my other builds. It's reliable, it's great. I've never had an issue. I've actually powered up two 2080 Ti's with this power supply, so I thought this was going to be plenty for the components that I have here. For the fans, we're going to be using the Lee & Lee SL120 uni fans, black version. It's gonna be nice. We got 4 of them, so we placing them right here where the rad is. And also, I really like the uni fans because they minimize on the cabling. If you guys know other cables that they have like 2 to 3 wires coming off each fan, this is a daisy chain fan, so you'll be able to just connect 2 cables with like daisy chaining like 5-6 fans. So that's why I went ahead and chose those for the fans. As far as memory goes, we'll be using G.Skill's Trident Z Royale's 32GB kit, and it's going to be a 3600 megahertz frequency. I think that's going to be plenty of fast for, you know, editing and gaming and all that stuff. And in the future, if I need to upgrade and maybe go to 64GB, I think it's going to be a real breeze to just kind of swap them out and just switch them up and just, you know, use 64 for like 4K editing or whatever that's going to need that much capacity. We also got some water blocks here. We'll be using the EK Velocity for the CPU, and also we'll be using the EK Quantum Vectors for the graphics card. As far as storage goes, we'll be having 6 terabytes of M.2 SSD drives. I think 6 terabytes is actually really good starting point. Maybe I'll do, you know, a little bit more, but I got these at a good price. They are from Inland Platinum. There's a Micro Center brand, and I've used these in the past, never had an issue. They are Gen 3, they're not Gen 4, but I really think with the things I'm doing, I'm not gonna see a real big difference. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Let me know in the comment box below what you guys think about these storage kits, if you guys use them in the past, but I really like them. Now for the radiator, we'll be going with the EK XC480s. And then for the pump and res combo, we'll be going with the Protium by Singularity Computers. Also, I've used that Protium before. It's a great pump and res combo. That's why I went ahead and chose it for this build. But this is pretty much it. I got more components too, like fittings and tubes and other stuff. But as we progress through the video, You guys will see what I'll be using, but these are gonna be the main components, and I will be having a part 2 video to this build where I actually mount it to the wall. So this video will just be building the PC and getting the first part going. So guys, we got all the components here. Let's start the build process and let's see where it takes us. right, guys, she is finally done and she is looking gorgeous. I can't tell you guys how much of a pleasure was building in this case, and to be honest, I thought the Lee & O11 Dynamic XL was a real pleasure. This case has just sat next to ranks with the Lee & O11 Dynamic. This is very versatile case. You can do a lot of different options when it comes to water cooling, when it comes to motherboard placements. It just gives you that freedom to just be creative and do what you want, and I think I really enjoyed that aspect of it. Now guys, there are two components that I mentioned in the beginning of the video that I was gonna put in here, but I decided, I'm gonna change things up, had a change of heart, and let me tell you guys what components I switched out. So if you remember, I was gonna put an ASUS Store 1200 watt platinum power supply, and I was gonna put Lee & Lee's SL120 Unifans in here. But I decided for the power supply, first off, that it was only fitting, get it? Fitting that I put a Thermaltake PF1 ARGB power supply. It's a 1200 watt platinum power supply. I thought, you know what, it's a Thermaltake case, let's put a Thermaltake power supply, and I had it sitting around, never used it, so I thought let's try it out, and couldn't be any happier. Also the fans is something I changed. So during my second day of building, I had received a package from Lee & Lee, and guess what? They were the AL120 fans. So I thought, why not? This is a perfect opportunity to use these fans and plus use them in my own build. So I went ahead and put the AL120s. Now don't get me wrong, the SL Uni fans are gorgeous, but because these fans disperse the RGB and the lighting right in the middle of the ring, I thought let's go with this. It's gonna give a little pizzazz to the system. So those are the two things I changed, but guys, other than that, everything went smooth. Now there was one hiccup that I had, especially when booting the system, and that was the AL120 fans wouldn't spin. When I first started up, it just kind of jerked, stop, and I was just wondering what was going on. So I thought maybe we need to update the BIOS. Maybe something has to do with the USB 2.0 headers. So I updated the BIOS, but guess what? Nothing happened. Then I decided to install Windows so I could download the L-Connect software, and that started the fans, but it's at 0 RPM. I have no control over the fan speed. I can't switch it to high speed, manual speed, PWM, anything. This is pretty much what I get, just spinning fans at the rate it wants to spin at. So I am talking to Lee & Lee, trying to figure out what we can do. They're helping me out with a solution. I personally think it's the L-Connect box right here behind the computer where all the cables connect to, but we'll see what they say. I'm still waiting on that, and hopefully we can get a solution out so I can control these fan speeds and get it to the spot I want. Another thing that's really not an issue, but I don't know, I might change it, I might not. If you guys can see down here, the GPU bracket right here for the vertical mount is kind of sagging a little bit to the left, and that's because this RTX 3090 STRIX version, I think the water block is a little too heavy, so it's kind of sagging, but it's not bothering me much. I thought maybe I can put like a VGA holder or a GPU bracket, something to kind of hold that bracket up, maybe put like one of those expandable tubes down here between the power supply and the bracket, but I might not even mess with that just because it doesn't bother me. You really have to look at it and focus on it to really notice. So I don't know, maybe I'll just leave that alone, but hopefully Lee & Lee can send me a solution out for these fans and we will be all gravy. Other than that, guys, everything went good. I'm excited to put this PC on my wall. I'll be having a part 2 video on that, so stay tuned. But guys, if you guys are on the fence with this PC case, the Thermaltake P5 version 2 tempered glass open chassis, guys, try it out because this is so versatile, and you guys can have it either on the wall, flat out on the table, or standing up, whatever your pleasure is. You guys can do whatever you want with this. I really like it. I'm glad I built in it. But let me know down below in the comments, what you guys think. Do you guys love it? Do you guys hate it? Maybe there's different components you guys would have put in it. I'd like to know, see what you guys say. But other than that, guys, I'll be having a part 2 like I mentioned, and I will be showing you guys the process of putting on the wall and everything. I'm happy. This is a really nice PC case, and I'm excited to use it for streaming, editing, gaming, all that good stuff, and we'll see where it takes us. Other than that, guys, have a great one, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.